Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Welcome to the morning forecast show. I hope you can hear me and see me. There have been some updates inside YouTube, so it did take us much longer than normal to get up and running, but I think we are running fine. So if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. If everything's running smoothly now, let me know. Thank you for tuning into today's show. Today is going to be an interesting one. Once again, we've got gold going up to over $4,000 an ounce, which is absolutely crazy. We've got a whole story on that in this video. We've got also UK approving crypto ETFs. We're going to touch on that and then keep an eye out on the channel because I'll be bringing a video out on that. So we can potentially be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs in ISAs, but I'll be explaining that to you later today in a video. I'll touch on it in this live stream. And also people are calling this the biggest bubble. Even the Bank of England is calling this run in the stock market the biggest bubble since the dot-com era. I'm just trying to make sure we are running smoothly. If someone can let me know in the chat, that would be great. Okay, so let's get into the show. Remember, Martyn is on holiday right now. He has he was on holiday yesterday. He came back, but I think Martyn is gone for until November at this point. Again, he is staying at home, but he is on holiday. You will see some videos come out from him, but there won't be any normal opening bells, closing bells. Me and Vaz will try and do as much as we can. So do keep an eye out on the channel. Make sure you are subscribed as well, so you can get those notifications if you press that bell icon as well, so you can be notified when we go live and when the videos come out. Seems smooth. Everything's fine. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Paul D. Thank you, JJ. All perfect. Okay, that's great. So what we're looking at right now is gold. It's currently sat at $4,000. Or just above. You can see that this massive run gold has been on as well. We have gone from prices of around 3,700 to about 4,000 in a very, very short amount of time. We are up essentially over 10% in 3 weeks. And for gold, that is, remember, gold is the largest market cap asset in the world, and a move like that on gold is unprecedented. So let's unpack that a bit more with today's newsletter. Remember, the newsletter comes out every single day to your inbox. It's the first link in the description. Let me just welcome everyone into the show. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling very well today, so this will be a shorter show. I just want to give you that update on gold and the top stories, and then maybe I'll be back later for a full-on gold video. So good morning, says Paul D. Morton says good morning. Paul D says morning, Morton. Casey says good morning. Paul D is good morning, KC. Everyone is saying good morning. Cody's here. Paul D is here. Nick is here. Robert from Rob in the UK is here. Nick is here. Vinny says good afternoon, everyone. KC is here. Deluxe gold over 4K is nuts. Well, we've been calling for it for the last 3 years, but yes, when we actually see it at these levels, it is a bit crazy. The original decentralized, yes, gold has been the people's money for a while now. Well before crypto was a thing. Thank you, Nick, for confirming. Human Beings is here. Jerry says gold at 4K is more like a dollar demise than gold being more valuable right now. That is true. I wonder if we can see gold versus money supply. Gold divided by M2. Compare that to 2000. Let's just compare gold to money supply. Yeah, to be fair, gold isn't actually at all-time highs when you compare it to how much money is in the system. Gold was at much higher levels after the gold standard went away in 1981. If you're comparing it to how much money is in the system, it's like looking at the S&P 500. If you look at the S&P 500 over the money supply, we're not at all-time highs yet, but we are at the highest valuation since the dot-com bubble. And you can see the dot-com bubble that was essentially the highest value that S&P has ever been, comparing it to how much money is in the system. And we are getting very close. And that is a massive, massive warning sign, because the dot-com era, we were overbought and everything. If anyone went through the dot-com era, you will know that that was the biggest bubble essentially in the stock market ever. So we are coming close to the biggest bubble in the stock market ever because of AI. So that was .com, that was the internet. This is AI. We can maybe see something similar. We've got another 10% potentially in the S&P 500. But if we get to the highs of the S&P 500 over divided by money supply, that's how much money's in the system, how much money's been printed, then what you get is this chart over here. So we've got maybe another 7% until until potentially we get a big crash or people start shorting the market. But again, that last 7% on the S&P 500 could result in euphoria in the crypto market, which would mean it's lining up to be that euphoric season, that altcoin season. So I wouldn't bet against the market just yet, but I would be keeping my eyes out that we are very, very overvalued. And this might be coming to an end. As I've always said, at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026, going into the end of 2026, we'll be in a bear market. The euphoria will be at the end of 2025, maybe the first month of 2026 as well. And then I'll be selling and waiting for that bear market. And the indicators, especially this one, is showing we are coming to the most overvalued we've been since the dot-com era. And that is a big warning sign. Let me come back to gold on the chart here. Let me go back to your comments. Hope you feel better, Sensei. Thank you, JJ. But it's nothing big. It's just I have a big headache and I can't really. I don't know. My voice is gone. Rallo says, hi all. Deluxe, David Hensley's here. Thank you for all the links, David. Always doing a great job. Deluxe says, Sensei, I've yet to receive the 100K poster 9. Can you check on that for me, sir? Deluxe, that is very, very strange. Can you either send an email to, if you go on the merch website, you can find an email address there, or if there's another way for you to get in contact with me. Are you on Discord? Can you message me on Discord? Can you message me on X? Can you message me on Substack? Or send me an email. I would definitely want to have a look at that, Deluxe. Just send me, communicate with me one of those ways. Let me know now and I can check if I get your message on any of those platforms. Jerry says, gold is the money of kings, silver is the money of gentlemen, barter is the money of peasants, and debt is the money of slaves. Thank you, Jerry, for that. Paul D says, at Sensei will need to be in parts. Martyn said, if you put crypto in cold wallet, cannot do tax lots. Sensei will need to be in parts. What needs to be in parts? Martyn said, if he put crypto in cold wallet, he could not do tax lots. The price of crypto would be whatever the price put on exchange. So that's being case. There should be no gain to claim. Is my question right? Paul D, I'm not going to give any tax advice, and I don't know the situation in the US with tax lots. We don't have that in the UK. What I will say is, again, take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not giving you tax advice. From my own knowledge, essentially, it doesn't, in the UK, it doesn't really matter, because if you buy XRP, let's say you buy it at $1, you buy it at $5, $10, essentially what you're taking is the average price that you've bought it for, and then what you've sold it for, the actual money you've made. There might be some losses in there. You might have bought XRP at $5 and $1, and you're selling it for $3. There might be some losses, there might be some gains, but it's in that average price. And in that average price, whatever you sell it for, it's your total gain. If it's a loss, you put it down as a loss. If it's a gain, you put it down as a gain and you pay your taxes. We don't have that system here in the UK, and in my opinion, it doesn't really matter too much. Halo says 27 Legend, bullish on PayPal. I haven't looked at PayPal. The question in parts. Dego Harp says, good morning. Paul D, I hope I've sort of answered your question. I wouldn't try and get myself too worried about tax lots, especially in crypto. I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to buy it for a good price and sell it at a better price. I mean, unless you're doing very small short-term trades, it doesn't really matter. If you're going to buy it and you're going to sell it at a profit, it doesn't really matter about the tax lots, in my opinion. Again, not advice. Okay, so let me just give you some of the few headlines. I'll probably be ending this video short. I just wanted to come out and say the top stories. Let me just talk a little bit about gold and then get ready for the video hopefully coming out later today about the ETFs and gold, because I don't think I can do that right now. So one big thing is gold has surged past $4,000 an ounce. That's up over 50% year to date, outpacing stocks, bonds, and even Bitcoin. The rally is fueled by falling real yields, record central bank buying, and rising distrust in the US dollar. This isn't a hype move, it's a shift in global financial psychology. This isn't just retail FOMO and all that sort of stuff that you see in AI stocks. This is genuinely a shift in the psychology of investing. So the money move of the day is gold isn't just a trade, it is a role player. When it comes to gold, think beyond price, consider its role. It doesn't yield, but it can hedge inflation, diversify risk, and anchor a portfolio. Whether held via ETFs or physical bullion, its value lies in what offsets, not what it gains. So we do have a full deep dive today in the newsletter. If you do have the newsletter, go check out the full deep dive. We will be doing a video on it that will come out later on gold. But essentially, there is a lot of key points we want to go through, but the yields are falling. That means gold wants to go up. Central banks are all over gold. There is a few more. There's a lot more in the deep dive, so I don't want to give it all away for the video today and the members of the premium Discord, but do check it out. We will also hopefully be live later today as well because the FOMC minutes are coming out. So today's show is going to be cut short, this morning show, but hopefully you get a lot more content throughout the day as well. The chart of the day is also gold on the newsletter. So if you don't have the newsletter, you can go and check out all my targets on gold as well. Let me just give you today's top stories at a glance while we are here. UK cuts borrowing by 2 billion after HMRC VAT error. That was a little bit embarrassing by HMRC, but it's an interesting story to read. This one is the overinflation in the market. So OpenAI's 1 trillion AI deal stirs bubble fears. Massive circular deals with Nvidia and others raise alarms over inflated AI demand and valuation risks. JP Morgan predicts a 1.4 trillion stablecoin dollar boost. They're actually saying that these stablecoins will boost the dollar. So stablecoins may drive huge dollar demand by 2027, reinforcing US dominance in global finance systems. I'll take that again. That's what JP Morgan's saying. I don't fully agree with that story, but you can go and read that story below. Bank of England flags AI tech bubble risk. A lot of bubble risk stories today. So the Bank of England is now warning that the AI hype may crash markets, with valuations now echoing the dot-com era excess. So I showed you that chart of the S&P 500 over money supply, and you can see how we are approaching the dot-com era of valuations. We've also got Meta and Apple near EU settlement amid DMA crackdown, and also obviously the main story of gold breaking 4,000, the new era of monetary sovereignty. So do check out the newsletter as the first link in the description. You can go and see all those stories. What I'm going to do is just have a quick look at your comments, end this show, try and have some honey and tea, and come back. Come back with my full energy so I can do a video on the gold. I can do a video on the ETFs coming out in the UK today, and then come back for the FOMC meetings later. So hopefully after I take some medication, I will be able to come back and do all of those for you. I apologize that this live stream is shorter than usual. I just wanted to at least come on and say what my plan is. I thought I could actually go throughout it, but I can't. Martyn is there. Martyn says, "Hi Mike, how are you?" And oh, here we go. Martyn said, "When you transfer crypto to a wallet, you lose individual tax lots information. So when you transfer back, oh right, yes, yeah, okay, that's what the question was. Thank you, Martyn, for clarifying that. So yes, if you're transferring from, if you're in the US and you've got a platform that shows you tax lots, for example, Robinhood, if you move all your crypto, transfer it to a ledger, that information is lost. Where you bought, where you sold, that information, Martyn is saying, is lost. And when you transfer it back, you won't see tax lot information because who knows what happened in that ledger. It doesn't make, you lose all of that information. Thank you, Martyn. Martyn says, hi, Mike. How are you, Lisa? Oh, oops, you and Lisa. I'm doing okay. Lisa's fine too. Thanks for answering. Oh, brilliant, Mike. That's great news. Right, but hypothetical, my crypto wallet is 10x down the road. I put it back in the market and sell at current rate, no taxes, right? Right. But hypothetical, my crypto in wallet is 10x down the road. I put it in the market and sell at current rate. I put it in market and sell at current rate. I don't know what you mean, Paul D. If you make a 10x return on your crypto, you certainly have taxes to pay unless you're in somewhere like Thailand. If you're making money, you pay taxes. Hope you have a good vacation. I hope Leah will be doing well. Prayers to Leah. Martyn, thank you, Mike. Martyn says, you always pay tax on gains if you're a taxpayer. We can't give individual tax advice. Please speak with your tax advisor. Yes, thank you, Martyn. Yeah. Copy that, Martyn. You and Leah enjoy your vacation. Thank you, Paul D. Craig says, good morning, Sensei. Trying to figure out Martyn's transactions yesterday would give you a headache. He said you can. No. Craig, I knew someone was going to ask about this. The evidence is literally on the screen. You can see the percentage game. Martyn can't hack into Robinhood's system, but to be honest, I only spoke to Martyn for about 10 minutes or 5-10 minutes about it, so we didn't have much time to go through it all. But I'm sure you're as confused as I am, but as I said to Martyn, it doesn't matter if I'm confused or not. The end outcome is what I'm happy about. And Deluxe said, what time for FOMC? It's 7 p.m. UK time. I've got it in the newsletter. I will show you. It's in the newsletter here. So today at, remember, if you've got the newsletter, you can see all of these timings. The FOMC minutes is 7 p.m. UK, so that's 2 p.m. Eastern time. And essentially, Wednesday's FOMC meetings could test dovish bets, with traders pricing nearly 70 basis points of cuts by March. Watch out for divisions on inflation and balance sheet policy. So yeah, we'll be covering that hopefully later today. So keep an eye out on that. As I said, the timings today would be 2 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. UK time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Anointed Flower says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mike. Hot lemon and honey incoming. Yes, Adam. Martyn said, it's not full FOMC meeting today, it's the minutes. Oh, thanks, Martyn, for ruining the audience. Now I'm only going to get 5 people watching. No, I'm joking. I did say it's the minutes. Thanks, Martyn. Oh, Martyn says, I miss you all already. Martyn is not even missed a show yet in terms of his holidays just started and he already misses everyone. I promise to be live again till mid-November. Yeah, Martyn will be back in about a month. It's gonna be hard. It's all Sensei and Vaz now. Till mid-November, it's all Sensei and Vaz now. Yeah. But thankfully, Martyn will be recording some videos, so we will see his face pop in and out. Miss you too, Martyn. Afternoon from Yorkshire. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I did want to try and do a show, but I'm about. I need some tablets for my head. I wasn't. It's all going wrong this morning. YouTube changed everything, and I'm not feeling well. So, what I'm going to do is wrap up this show. I've given you the top headlines. I've told you about gold. I'm going to come back later with a full video on gold. I'm going to come back later with a full video on the UK ETFs. I'm going to come back later with the FOMC meetings. I hope to do all 3. It's a massive, massive task to do all of that, but I will try and I will get it done. So until next time, I will see you guys later in the videos. Keep an eye out, and also the FOMC meetings later today. We'll be tuning in. Brilliant, Deluxe. Thank you for tuning saying you need to tune into that event. Gok is an incredible tax man. Goodness, Cody. I wouldn't trust it. Anointed Flower says, we will miss you, Martyn. Paul D says, enjoying yourself, keeping you all in our prayers. Yes, to Martyn. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. No show from Martyn now because, of course, he's on holiday, but I will see you later today. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.